Okay, that's all for today. Hopefully it's useful for you. See you in the next video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. See ya!
History of Mount Fuji, Japan. Fuji is an interesting cone-shaped volcano and has been the subject of Japanese art, especially after 1600, when Edo, now Tokyo, became the capital and people saw the mountain while traveling the Tokaido. It has been considered sacred since ancient times, and women were prohibited from entering until the late 1860s of the Meiji era. Ancient samurai used the foot of the mountain as a remote training ground near present-day Gatemba. In the early Kamakura period, Shogun Minamoto no Yoritomo ruled Yabusame in this area. The first ascent by a foreigner was by Sir Rutherford Alcock in September 1860, who climbed to the top in 8 hours and descended in 3 hours. Alcock's short story In the Capital of the Tycoon was the first extensive account of the mountains of the West. Lady Fanny Parkes, wife of British Ambassador Sir Harry Parkes, became the first foreigner to climb Mount Fuji in 1867. Photographer Felice Beato climbed Mount Fuji 2 years later. Today, Mount Fuji is one of the international tourist and climbing destinations. In the early 20th century, populist educator Frederick Starr taught about climbing Mount. There is a famous Japanese proverb that a wise man climbs Mount Fuji once in his lifetime, but only a fool can climb it twice. The mountain continues to be a popular symbol in Japanese culture, having made many films, inspired the logo for infinity, and even in medicine for pneumocephalus, the symbol of Mount Fuji. Fuji was registered as a World Heritage Site on June 22, 2013. However, after being abused by Shizuoka prefectural officials in March 2018, his 2 professors at the Mount Fuji World Heritage Center in Shizuoka Prefecture were forced to resign on academic and racial grounds. The inscription was controversial. Tourism and religious significance. On the northern slopes of Mount Fuji lie the Fuji 5 Lakes, Fuji Goko, comprising, east to west, Lake Yamanaka, Lake Kawaguchi, Lake Sai, Lake Shoji, and Lake Motasu, all formed by the damming effects of lava flows. The lowest, Lake Kawaguchi, at 2,726 feet, 831 meters, is noted for the inverted reflection of Mount Fuji on its still waters. Tourism in the area is highly developed, with amusement parks, botanical gardens, ski resorts, and other recreational sites. Lake Yamanaka, the largest of the lakes, at 2.5 square miles, 6.4 square kilometers, is one of the most popular resort areas. West of the mountain, the valley between Mount Fuji and Mount Kinashi also hosts numerous golf courses and other attractions. Southeast of Mount Fuji is the wooded volcanic Hakone region, well known for its hot springs resorts at Imoto and Gora. The area's abundant groundwater and streams facilitate the operation of paper and chemical industries and farming. Cultivation of rainbow trout and dairy farming are other activities. A sacred mountain, one sect, the Fujiko, accords it virtually a soul. Mount Fuji is surrounded by temples and shrines, there being shrines even at the edge and the bottom of the crater. Climbing the mountain has long been a religious practice, though until the Meiji Restoration, 1868, women were not allowed to climb it. The ascent in early times was usually made in the white robes of a pilgrim. Today hundreds of thousands of pilgrims and recreational climbers alike flock there annually, mostly during the climbing season from July 1 to August 26. Typically, climbers set out at night in order to reach the summit by dawn. Cultural significance. The origin of the mountain's name is uncertain. It first appears as Fuji no Yama in Hitachi no Kuni Fudoki, 713 CE, an early government record. Among the several theories about the source of the name is that it is derived from an Ainu term meaning fire, coupled with san, the Japanese word for mountain. The Chinese ideograms, kanji, now used to write Fuji connote more of a sense of good fortune or well-being. In the present day, the Japanese typically refer to the mountain as Fuji-san, whereas foreign visitors tend to refer to the mountain somewhat incorrectly as Mount Fujiyama, which translates to Mount Fuji mountain in the Japanese language. Mount Fuji, with its graceful conical form, has become famous throughout the world and is considered the sacred symbol of Japan. Among Japanese, there is a sense of personal identification with the mountain, and each summer thousands of Japanese climb to the shrine on its peak. Its image has been reproduced countless times in Japanese art, perhaps no more famously than in the series of woodblock prints 36 Views of Mount Fuji by Hokusai, which were originally published between 1826 and 1833.
Okay, that's all for today. Hopefully it's useful for you. See you in the next video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. See ya!